Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to play Issa on Lotus, and we'll start right here when you are attacking and firstly on A side. So what you can do if you wanna gain some space, you can always use this at the beginning of the round, so that way you can scale up and try to get yourself into spots behind this route. Then upon entering you can always be trying to use, for example, your vulnerable ability, so that way anyone standing here has to fall back, or you can just trade them. Or if you are not using the first wall as I did, you can be using it like this, so that way you can walk behind it and try to get yourself in some different spots. So that way you can either later on in the round push here by simply doing this and getting vulnerable on anyone on the side. Of course, when you are entering, you should always be trying to first activate your double tap, so that way anyone would be trying to pick you, and if you kill him, you can get the little plate, the extra HP, if you break it. So definitely use this double tap. It takes quite a bit to boot up, and then you have quite a lot of time as well until it disappears. So definitely use it when you are entering. Of course, you should have someone to smoke this, and when on entering, simply use it like this and have some flash coming in your way, so that way you can try to get a kill. You can ult on A side pretty much from anywhere. As you can see, you can be even at this route right here. You can be, if you know that the enemies might be pushing a lot, you might be wanna ult like this, so that way you take off the defender and you take him into 1v1 situation, since the reach on it is very good. You can use it even in post plant if the enemies would be planting. As you can see, you can reach at this spot even from here, so that way you can pick off the enemy of the side super easily as well. If you wanna push B, you can be firstly doing your undercut right here, so that way you get anyone who would be close, and on the entry you just want to use it, for example, like this, so that way the enemies from this spot, which would be usually the most annoying one, they are not gonna see you, and you can clear those close heaven and right corner. If you decide to go on C, definitely you can use your wall like this if you don't feel comfortable to entering it. Otherwise, usually a flash right here would be enough. If you decide that you wanna push C, you can firstly use your wall here. You can even try to undercut anyone who would be here, so that they are vulnerable and easy to kill. Or in other cases, usually flash and undercut would be just enough. So you just wanna hit this corner, so that way no one can be standing there. And as you can see at this angle, you will also hit the mount for anyone who's gonna be pushing. So it's super simple. When you are entering on C, usually the wall right here would be much better, since as you can see it's gonna fit pretty well. Use your undercut like this, and you can enter and get the whole backside for yourself. So that way it will be quite simple for you to enter, as also use your double tap, so that way you can get those additional HP. If you know if the enemies of Sage fall and she's fallen this off at the beginning of the round, you can do this instantly, so that way your teammates can push here and get into sight without the wall being here, as well as they can trade you even if you die on the Sage, who's gonna disappear. You can do the same thing on C. As you can see, it's gonna reach pretty much anywhere, and for example at angle like this, you are pretty much guaranteed to hit anyone who's gonna be on site. Defending with Issa right here on Lotus is pretty simple. All you really have to do is just simply use your undercut, for example at spots like these, and combine it with, for example, Race Knight, so that way at the beginning of the round, if the enemies tend to push this a lot, you just use this, nade that, and you can get some free kills, or at least gain a lot of space. You can be playing at the doors as well, either waiting for anyone to come from here or from here. If the enemies are taking up, you can always, for example, use it like this and try to wallbang this wall. If they open the doors, you can simply do this, and usually enemies would be scared enough so that they won't run into the tree area. Once again, if you are retaken, very simply using your undercut ability and the contingency wall to go in would be quite simple. You can gain a lot of space with it. The same thing would work if you are playing on stairs. Very simple, the enemies are pushing. Use your wall, change the undercut and peek with it. It's gonna provide you some cover and slowly disappear. As defending on A, defending on B is quite a bit easier. Since as you can see, there's only this choke point or even this one, so you can be using your undercut here and try to peek, since enemies would be usually super easy kill after that. And this wall is gonna fit perfectly into this area, so that way it's gonna get blocked and you can delay the push for a bit. The same thing works for C. If you are playing right here, it's a dangerous spot. However, if the enemies are about to push, simply using your undercut like this would work great as well with the wall, so that way you can delay a little extra more. And then with some other undercuts, you can do these from pretty much anywhere. When it comes to using your ult on any of these sites, you can use it, for example, in A main. As you can see, it's gonna reach very far, so that way you can be in a very safe spot and you can take yourself into the gunfight. But most importantly, I would use it when the enemies are about to plant, or if you are going for a retake, since you are once again taking one defender of the site. And if you can do it well, you can take off the guy with a spike of the site, so that way you can either win on time and your teammates can push in so that they can at least trade you, or you can get a kill on them and just simply win the round. If you are running high penetration gun, for example, doing your undercut on anyone who would be right here would be great, since you can, as you can see, you can shoot through it, just like that. So that way anyone right here can take a lot of damage and you can get some free kills with this undercut that you use right here. And of course you can be even playing aggressive, so that way you use your undercut here or your wall at the beginning of the round for these spots, so that way you can once again gain a lot of space. And then if they were about to push, just simply use your undercut, so that way you can win the fights much easier. Another thing that you can do is you can spam these doors. If you use your undercut here when the enemies are pushing B, you send there your undercut and you can try to wallbang and you can do a lot of damage to anyone who would be on the side. You can do this with any high penetration gun, so that way it would be once again simple and you can deal quite a bit of damage to anyone who will be trying to push here. So yeah, that's gonna be about ISO on Lotus. I hope this video is gonna be helpful for you guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and see you guys soon. Bye.